Quantum computing is coming. Maybe not next year, or in the next 5, or even the next 10. But as technologists continue to make progress, we should one day expect that quantum computers will become cheaper, more reliable, and more accessible. These computers could be exponentially more powerful than today's computers. Amazing from a scientific perspective, but also concerning. What are the implications of this technology for industry or governments? What about for cybersecurity or finance or healthcare? And what does this mean for developing countries? How can the development community ensure that quantum technologies do not exacerbate global inequality? USAID recently commissioned research from an excellent team at the University of Chicago on just this topic. And today I'm going to discuss some of the recommendations for how the development community as a whole can support developing countries to prepare for the post-quantum economy. And I'll focus on a few different topics. The first is cybersecurity, the second is the global workforce, and the third is research and development ecosystems. So starting with cybersecurity. In the future, quantum computers could be used to break today's encryption algorithms. That means the encryption we use for secure messaging and financial transactions and data storage will all be under threat. And as a consequence, any organization or government that has sensitive data could be at risk unless they act soon to strengthen their cybersecurity practices. The research report makes several recommendations for how to accomplish this. First, developing countries need to essentially make their digital systems quote-unquote quantum ready. This means upgrading their existing digital platforms to make them more secure against quantum-based attacks. And there are already great suggestions for how to accomplish this, but the issue is that organizations and governments in developing countries may not have the resources to act on these recommendations today. Second, we need to develop a standardized assessment for cybersecurity capacity and how that compares to where organizations or governments need to be in the post-quantum era. In other words, a way to figure out where you are in order to figure out where you need to go. Next, let's talk about investing in a quantum-ready workforce. The talent required for quantum computing is in short supply across the globe. Existing higher education institutions, especially in developing countries, may not be investing in the kinds of skills necessary to develop a quantum-ready workforce. Fixing this means supporting more computer science and quantum physics curricula, but it also means supporting a technical workforce adjacent to quantum. And that means things like electrical engineering, optics, business development, and importantly, technology ethics. The research report also clarifies the importance of investing in basic science, technology, engineering, and math. Building the first layer of the skills pyramid is essential for countries to be able to participate in the post-quantum economy. And then finally, developing countries, with the support of the development community, can build more robust quantum research and development ecosystems. R&D in quantum has historically been driven by investments in wealthy countries and through startup activity mainly in North America, China, and Europe. Combined with the skills gap in developing countries, this has worrying long-term trends for global inequality. One way to fix this problem is to encourage greater collaboration between scientists in developing countries and other universities across the globe. It's always difficult to design policy around emerging technologies, and it's really no different from quantum technologies. Failing to recognize the potential of quantum could have serious costs, and on the other hand, it might be a waste of resources to invest in areas where the impact of quantum is unclear. Keeping this in mind, the recommendations I've just described from this research report, strengthening cybersecurity, bolstering a technical workforce, and improving research and development ecosystems are all good ideas regardless of when quantum technologies become widespread. Whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years in the future, making these investments today will go a long way toward ensuring that developing countries have the greatest opportunity to participate in the post-quantum economy. So thanks for listening, and if you want to learn more about this topic, please come to our breakout session tomorrow, April 27th at 10 a.m. Eastern. And keep an eye out for USAID social media for when we'll release this research report, and enjoy the rest of GDDF.